What moves? The sun does, follows you. Same with the moon. That follows you too, okay? But the stars at night, they don't. They're fixed. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County.
Hang on a second, how stupid are the people who watch CC? I mean, do they really need to be reminded of who you are and where you live in every video? No, hang on a second, I watch a lot of CC videos. Yeah, let's just forget that part. Please subscribe.
Hello there.
Yay, CC's back. But before we take a look at what he's got to say for himself today, check out the community tab on the channel homepage. I'm doing an Ask Me Anything video for the next episode of the Creaky Blinder Show. So if you've got any burning questions you've always wanted to ask me, now's your chance.
I didn't really want to get into this yet, but I might as well.
Yeah, why not? I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be really, really sensible.
You know, because it's a great topic. It's something that you see every day. It's something that you could prove every day.
This is getting interesting.
If you have the right equipment.
Now, I don't want to brag or anything, but I've definitely got the right equipment.
And that would be the moon and the sun and the stars.
Oh, well, that doesn't make it very easy. I don't have a moon, a sun, and stars. Can I just use the moon, the sun, and the stars that are in space?
Okay, these are objects that you can see physically with your own eyes.
Well, that's very good, CC. Seeing is rooted in physiology. It starts with light hitting the retina at the back of your eye, where photoreceptor cells, or rods and cones, transform light into electrical signals. These signals travel along the optic nerve to the brain, where the visual cortex processes them into the images we see. It's like your eyes are the camera and your brain is the computer that edits and makes sense of all the pictures.
Yes, science!
Is that what you mean when you say you can... No?
Okay. Now, I want you to think about something.
No, I'm not pooping, it's my thinking face. They just happen to be very similar.
Remember, what was it, Nebrew? Remember back in the day, they claimed that there was a blacked out star that was traveling through our universe that are covering like planets and shit like that, or something like that, and well, one day maybe we'll see it or something. Well, that was a cover-up.
No, it wasn't. It was a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory, and it's often mentioned in predictions about the Earth encountering a catastrophic event. The idea originated from interpretations of ancient Mesopotamian writings, and it gained modern popularity as a supposed approaching planet or star that would collide with or pass near the Earth, causing global devastation. Global. Mainstream science doesn't support the existence of Nibiru, and astronomers have found zero evidence of any such object on a collision course with Earth. It's just one of those things that keeps popping up online, but it's not grounded in scientific fact. So no, it wasn't and isn't a cover-up, CC.
I think...
Yeah, I find that hard to believe, Chris.
When that came out, and I forget how many years ago it was,
I know this one. The Nibiru conspiracy theory first gained attention in 1995 when Nancy Leader, a woman who claimed to be in contact with extraterrestrials from the Zeta Reticuli star system, posted about it on her website.
I think they were thinking that would be the powers to be, or whoever is running this world.
So it's they that run the world. Are you trying to tell me that Beyonce was lying?
Who run the world? Damn. Who run the world?
That we were close, that we figured something out.
Seriously, Chris? You can't even figure out how to film your videos in 16:9 format. I have to do it for you. And think about it, flat earthers figuring something out? Yeah, I find that hard to believe. There's a reason they all wear slip-on shoes, Chris.
But for an excuse, you know, to explain to us why there might be something behind the sun.
Well, I'm sure there are lots of things behind the sun. Where exactly are you going with this?
That's possibly projecting it.
Now, I'm sorry I asked, but please continue.
I want you to think about the placement of something. 2 spaces to the left, 1 space up.
1, 2, oh, and 1 up. Right, what now?
There's something black. that's possibly projecting the sun into us.
Now, far be it from me to ask a stupid question. But if this something is black and it's in space behind the sun and space is, well, it's really black, how do you know, Chris?
If I was a creator and it was one of the most powerful things in the sky, I would never want the people who are contained have access to it.
To the sun? Right, okay, we'll completely ignore the fact that it's 93 million miles away, but what exactly do you mean by having access to the sun?
Because they could destroy it. And, like, our species obviously has shown time and time again, we like destroying things.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you on this occasion, Chris. Human beings do have a tendency to destroy things. I think the sun's pretty safe. Well, from us, anyway.
Once we find something, we want to see how to get out. We'll shoot some missiles off for, I don't know, 5 years and find out that we live under a dome. But now we know exactly how far up it is because we've shot some rockets up there, the atomic bombs. Remember Fishbowl? Yes.
But Operation Fishbowl was a series of high-altitude nuclear tests conducted in 1962 with the primary goal of understanding the effects of nuclear explosions in the upper atmosphere and out of space. Oh, call me an idiot for asking this.
You're an idiot.
But wouldn't that be pretty solid proof that there isn't a dome? Or is it like a special anti-nuclear missile dome that just didn't get damaged?
You might not be able to see any of that or find any more of it on YouTube because they're suppressing it.
Well, if they are suppressing it, the person at YouTube who's in charge of the suppression department has no clue what they're doing. Because if you type Operation Fishbowl into YouTube, you get dozens of videos about it.
This is quite possibly where this object is that's projecting the sun. People have said that it might be outside of the dome. Okay, that could be very well possible. It would make sense.
To you, maybe, but to the rest of us, absolutely not. Because you say that the Earth is flat, covered by a dome, and that space is fake. So what exactly is outside of the dome?
Where are we? I don't know. It's like we're not anywhere.
I know we've reached the barrier down in Antarctica.
Oh, you know, do you, CC? Well, I seriously doubt that as well, because you don't even know what shape the Earth is.
I know, for the 30 years that they were down there, they finally breached the wall. I don't know what they've done with it. I'm sure they've tried to cut into it. God knows, it probably heals itself. I don't know what the fuck it's made of.
Ice. And it's not a wall. And even if it was a wall, it wouldn't be very effective at holding in the world's oceans because ice floats on water.
I had no idea. No, none of us do. Because we can't get down there. We're not allowed to go down there.
Then somebody'd better explain that to these people. And these people. And these people.
Don't you understand that? It's been militarized. That is the way you lock everything up.
No, there's no polite way of saying this, but CC and any other flat earther that stumbles across this video who claims that we can't visit Antarctica because it's a military zone, you are quite simply wrong. You can literally go to a travel agency right now and book a cruise to Antarctica.
And that is the way you hide everything, is you militarize everything.
So the Antarctic Treaty, which came into effect on June 23rd, 1961 and bans all military activity in Antarctica, actually proves that Antarctica has been militarized. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
That's the sky, that's the f***ing ice wall, that's the whole area down there, Antarctica, lock it off.
Now, and this is a serious question, is it locked off to everyone or only certain people? Because about 50,000 tourists visit Antarctica each year, and there are about 1,000 people on land bases at all times, and that raises to 4,000 during the short summer months. It's not hidden, it's not secret or off limits. Now, under the terms of the Antarctic Treaty, there are no national territorial claims. Those countries that have previously made claims were all founding members of the treaty. And there's no government in Antarctica. So in a way, it's treated similarly to the open seas in that it belongs to everyone and no one. The area is so vast that guarding it, if anybody wanted to, would be virtually impossible. The coastline itself is in the order of 30,000 kilometers long, and there is hardly anyone there, and the people who are there already have full-time jobs doing other stuff.
The North Pole? Lock it off so we don't find the Black Mountain?
Oh my word, you really are a lost cause, Chris, aren't you? First of all, there is no land at the North Pole. And secondly, if anybody was worried about what might get found if anybody explored the North Pole, even though there's no land there, I think it would be far more important to make sure that Santa's workshop stays safely hidden and the Black Mountains are in Wales.
It's all locked off. We're like children in here.
No, it's not. But I do agree that you're like children, and that is based on the assumption that you mean flat earthers.
Once that's proven that there's something behind the sun that's projecting it, and it's not this Nibiru or Nibiru, whatever the they made up, some stupid name. Once we prove that, that's it. It's done. It's finished.
There's a bit of a theme forming here, Chris, and I can't help but notice you say quite often in your videos that once we prove that, then the Earth will definitely be flat. Once we prove that, it's finished. Well, how about instead of just saying it over and over again, you actually go out and prove something? Apart from the fact that you're a gullible idiot, I mean, because that's pretty self-evident.
That is something anybody can see. You just need the right filtration system for it, and once you get that on your equipment, then you'll be able to see it.
See what, though? Do you mean the projector that you think is hidden behind the sun? Is it solar powered? I mean, it has to be, because... Right, what was I saying? Carry on, Chris. I need to compose myself.
Okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. That gives you something to think about. Think about what is going to happen when that comes out.
Right, now I've been trying to think of a witty way to illustrate how ridiculous what Chris is saying, but I just can't find the words. But what I did do is type it into ChatGPT, and this is what it came up with. So is this what you think is actually causing the sun to exist? Maybe seeing it will show you how completely insane it is.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, I want you to think about the movement. Okay? When you're driving in the car on the highway, all right, what moves? The sun does, follows you. Same with the moon. That follows you too.
Well, that's quite the claim, Chris, to which my only reply is, wow, you must have one hell of an impressive entourage. Next time you plan a trip, maybe you can ask the sun and the moon if they can split the gas bill with you. But in all seriousness, for objects as far away as the sun and the moon, it's more about how our brain perceives distance and scale in relation to very distant objects. The sun and the moon are so far away that from our perspective on Earth, they do appear as if they're following us. And when you move, the angle at which you see these distant objects changes so minutely that your brain doesn't register any change in position relative to nearer objects. And this lack of relative movement makes it seem as though the sun and the moon are following you. But they're not.
Okay? But the stars at night, they don't. They're fixed.
Now, the stars appear not to move for reasons similar to why the sun and the moon seem to follow you. It's all about distance, Chris. Stars are so incredibly far away from Earth that over short periods, like the course of a night or during a car journey, their movement across the sky is not easily noticeable to the naked eye. And these vast distances make their motion due to Earth's rotation appear very slow. And without a point of reference like the horizon, it's hard to see the movement without watching it closely for a while.
They don't move at all. But the only thing that does move is a reflection. The sun is a reflection and the moon is a reflection. That's why it moves with you.
So let me just get this straight, Christopher. So the sun and the moon are a projection of a reflection, or are they a reflection of a projection?
Suns are probably projections too. I don't know, but they don't seem to move at night.
Now I don't know why, but what CC just said made me think of this clip.
Do you think man will ever walk on the sun?
No. The sun is too hot. It is not a good place to go to.
What happens if they went in winter when the sun is cold?
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon. Oh, you're still here then. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something new. If you did, then you'll probably enjoy this video as well. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all again very soon or in a few minutes if you do decide to watch this recommended video. Love you, bye.